What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So I'm going to be talking about passive income, why it's so important, and how I make $8.96 per hour every single hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year, no matter what I do. So I'm going to be breaking it down, sharing with you guys exactly how I do this and why passive income is so important. So first, this is why passive income is so important. Chances are right now you're trading something in your life and exchanging it for money. You're either trading your time, your skills, your resources, your knowledge, your expertise, your energy. So you're trading some of your life and some of your skills and time and exchanging that for money. This isn't about any of that at all. It's entirely about just having your money work for you, which requires almost none of your time. And then you can afford to do pretty much whatever you want to do with your life because you have money coming in no matter what you're doing. If you want to stay at home all day long and just do nothing and watch really bad reality TV, you can totally afford to do that. If you want to sleep in until 2 p.m., you could totally afford to do that because you know you have money coming in every single day. If you want to take a trip somewhere, that's totally cool. You don't have to worry about work or anything because you know you have money coming in every single day. And you can afford to do so because you already have your money working for you, which means you don't have to trade any of your time or any of your effort and exchange it for money. This is why passive income is so important and actually worth me making a video about. So here's the breakdown of exactly how I make $6,470 per month in passive income. The biggest source of my income is from the 5 rental properties that I own. 3 of them are owned outright, and then 2 of the other properties have a loan against them. This after all the expenses and repairs and vacancy and property taxes and everything else that goes into rental properties has consistently made me about $4,650 per month. So in addition to that, I'm also paying down 2 loans that I have in the other properties, and that equates to an additional $1,600 per month in equity just by paying off the mortgage. Then in addition to that, I make another $200 per month through a Vanguard index fund held in an IRA and a SEP 401k. And then finally, I make another $20 per month in interest income from an Ally Bank savings account where I keep the cash reserves for the rental properties. In total, that is $6,470 per month that I earn passively, where that also equates to about $215 per day that I make for doing pretty much absolutely nothing. And to make this money, it doesn't matter what I do with my time. I can do absolutely nothing and maybe go to the beach all day and I still make $215. I can go take a trip anywhere in the world and I still make $215. Or I could just go f*** off and I still make $215 every single day. And it doesn't require my time in order to make that money. And here's how I view money, by the way. I see every dollar as though it's an employee and its only job is to go out there in the world and then bring me back more money. So instead of seeing $100, I don't see that as $100. Instead, I see that as 100 employees where their job is just to go out there, be invested, and make me even more money. So if I go out, for instance, and I see a drink that costs $10, I don't see that as a drink that costs $10. To me, that's like 10 employees that I'm giving up that should be going out there working for me, and instead, I just got a drink. Now, some people would rather have the drink now, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't look down on people that would just rather have the drink or would rather buy the thing. That's totally cool. But I would rather just invest that money, continue to have it grow, and then eventually have that buy me as many drinks or things as I would ever like without ever worrying if I can afford something or not. The other great thing about this passive income is that it pretty much pays 100% of all of my living expenses, which pretty much means I can live for free. And that also means I can save 100% of what I make as a real estate agent, which allows me to then go and invest all of that and continue buying more rental properties, which just brings back more passive income. And the other great thing is that I'm never desperate to close a deal in real estate, or I'm never desperate to try to bring in money from somewhere, because I know no matter what happens, I'm going to be making about $6,500 per month. That's going to cover all of my expenses. This means that I can do things because I really want to do them and because I find enjoyment in them, and not because I need the money and not because I need to close a deal in order to pay for something. And by the way, I totally understand that not many people were that fortunate to have invested at the bottom of the real estate market like I did, which part of that was just total luck. I never expected it to go up as much as it did. And I also totally understand that not many people were as fortunate as I was to have sold real estate in a very high cost of living area, which allowed for very significantly large commissions. I totally get that. This video is not one to brag. It's not about that at all. This isn't a race to see who can get the most passive income. There is no winner and there is no loser. This is just about planting the seed in your mind to get it started, so that you can eventually start making your own passive income to pay your expenses. It's also just about showing you what's possible and what opportunities can come from the passive income that you're gonna make. So these are some ways that you can make some passive income, and my first option, if you wouldn't have guessed, is real estate. Now, I am totally biased about real estate because this is what I've been doing full-time for the last 9 years. So obviously, I'm really biased towards enjoying real estate and liking it a lot as an investment. But one of the things I like the most about real estate is that you have total control over your investment. You can choose which house you buy, which location you buy, the type of condition you buy the home in, the renovations you do, the type of tenant you pick. You have total control over everything about the house. You can also leverage your money and get a loan from the bank to make even more profit in real estate, which means you just put up a small amount up front. The bank will lend you the rest of the money at a lower interest rate than what you're gonna be getting in rent. So you profit the difference of that, and you make your initial rent on your deposit, which increases your cash-on-cash returns significantly. And this is really one of the biggest benefits of real estate, is using leverage to increase your returns. And in addition to that, you're also paying down your mortgage over a specified term, which means that in addition to rent, you're paying down the mortgage, which means that you're gaining equity in the property, which is like a double whammy when it comes to increasing your returns. And not only that, but the tax advantages of investing in real estate are just absolutely phenomenal. Pretty much everything is a write-off against your rental income, which means that you can deduct your property taxes, your mortgage interest, the insurance, the repairs that you do, and you could also depreciate the property over a specified period of time. So even though sometimes you can actually make a profit in real estate, on paper you can show a loss with the depreciation, which means that it wipes out any taxes you would owe on the rental income that you make. This is why I'm so in love with real estate, because of all the advantages of having total control over your investment, leveraging your money, and then all the amazing tax write-offs that come with that. So my second favorite way of passive income is through the stock market. Now, I have an S&P 500 index fund that's held through Vanguard, and I've been investing in this for the last 5 or 6 years. Now, historically, on average, the stock market has returned between 7 and 10% annually, which means for every $1,000 you invest, on average over the long term, you're going to be making about $70 to $100 per year from that investment. Now, this also ties into what is called the Trinity study, which suggests that you can withdraw 3 to 4% of your investment annually without ever really touching the principal. So this means that if you have $100,000 invested in a broad index fund, you can withdraw $3,000 to $4,000 per year without ever running out of your principal. So with your $100,000 investment in the stock market, that's pretty much $3,000 to $4,000 per year in passive income that you don't really have to do anything for. That is the power of the stock market. Now, you can also invest in dividend stocks, which are constantly going to be spitting out profits every now and then, or you could invest in growth stocks, which are just going to increase in value over time. So then you can also take a few more unorthodox approaches to passive income, like owning intellectual property, like writing ebooks, maybe even doing YouTube videos, running websites, doing Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, drop shipping. There are a lot of things out there where you can make some passive income. Now, I'm not sure how viable these things are going to be long term. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible to set up the same website that's going to generate profits for like 15 years from now. But regardless, I think in the short term, over the next 5 to 7 years, I think these things are going to be doing really well. And this includes anything where you put a lot of your time up front setting something up, and then it's just going to run passively for, a certain amount of time. This could be a few years that it runs passively, maybe 10 years, maybe 5 years, maybe just a few months without any of your involvement. But anything that you put your time in up front, for passive income where you don't have to spend a lot of time in the future, I'm all for it. It's pretty much anything where you spend your time up front, and then once it gets up and running, you don't actively have to manage it to make money. And this is such a great way to approach and start with passive income. Now, for myself, I've also looked into other weird ways of making passive income, such as owning a laundromat, self-storage facility, car wash, or anything else where you buy it and you just make sure it runs smoothly. But it making money is not dependent on you physically being there or working there. You could also look at maybe being a co-owner of a business that gives you money every now and then, or running your own business and then hiring it out to other people. So basically, you're paying them less than what you make, and you're profiting the difference between that. That's a great way of outsourcing what you don't need to be actively involved in, so you can focus your time on other things that make you the most money. Now, even though I haven't done it myself, you can look into investing in peer-to-peer lending websites such as Prosper or LendingClub.com, and I know a lot of people that are making between 11 and 14% annual return on their money, which is pretty good. It's higher than the stock market. However, the only thing with this is that we haven't seen how these websites do during an economic downturn or a recession. So many of these loans that people are invested in may default, and that might lower the average return. However, right now it still seems to be pretty viable. People seem to be making a pretty decent amount of money from it. Now, these are just a few ideas that I suggested, but there are hundreds, if not thousands, of ways to make passive income that you can look into. Even making YouTube videos, for instance, is a great way to start earning passive income. Now, I didn't include my YouTube income in this video because I put so much time into it and I treat it more like a job than I do passive income, but I'm sure if I stopped uploading forever after this video, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be making about $300 to $500 per month for basically as long as my videos are up and monetized, just from all the videos that I posted over the last year. Again, that's the power of passive income and investing your time up front to set something up that will set you up for life. And like I said, this isn't so much of a how-to guide of how to make passive income. It's more so just to plant the seed and show you guys what's possible and why passive income is so important and why you should pay attention to it. The whole point of this video is really just to get you thinking about it and get the ball rolling. And eventually, with all the work you put in now, your passive income will match what you can make your job. And then if you keep doing it, eventually your passive income is gonna outpace what you can make on your own with your time. And at that point, you can say, "F off you guys, I'm going to Hawaii." Why? Because you can afford to do so and you don't need to be at a job to pay for that. And then you're totally free, you can do whatever you want, and that is the entire point of this video. So as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, if you haven't already, click subscribe because I'm going to be making many more videos about this in the future, a lot more real estate videos, a lot more great stuff. So if you want to be a part of it, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I upload a video. Also, if you want to add me on Snapchat and Instagram, I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. As always, you guys, thank you again for watching, and until next time. Real talk about passive income. It's been one of these things that has been probably the biggest thing in my life is focusing on passive income. It's not so much about like how much like I can make every single year, but instead I pay more attention to how much passively can I make every single year. And that's what I really think the big difference is. I promise you guys, when you start to see, even if it's $10 a month coming in passively, it gets you so amped up beyond belief. Even if you just start out with $10 a month or $20 a month in passive income, that means you can go out to maybe like go to Sizzler once a month and it's paid for. You get a free meal at Sizzler every single month just from your passive income. And it grows. Trust me, the hardest part is just making a little bit. And once you make a little bit, it's easy to start stretching that and growing that into something much larger. Like I said, I started with, I think it was about $950 something per month net from one rental property that I bought. This is 9 years in the making for me to get this $6,500 per month in passive income. So just go into it with the perspective like I've spent 10 years at this almost. So it's not gonna happen overnight, but this is something that you should start now because now is the best time to do it. And why not now? I guess that's a better question. Why not now? So anyway, I've rambled long enough. Thank you again for watching. If you made it to the very end, as always, comment down below that you made it to the very end. I will respond to everybody.